Video lecture number 6, An Astrologer's Day by R.K. Narayan. Hello dear students and dear friends. In my last video lecture, I discussed some of the activities in the brainstorming section of the lesson An Astrologer's Day. Today too, we will continue with the remaining activities in the brainstorming section from the same lesson An Astrologer's Day. In my last video lecture, we discussed the activities till page number 9 and till activity number 6. Now we'll go for the next page, and that is page number 10 of your textbook of English. So I request you all to please open the page number 10 of your textbook and go for the activity number 7. Or you can also see these activities on the screen in front of you. So the activity number 7. The astrologer feels relieved that Guru is not dead, as it relieves a great burden from him. Critically justify the statement and explain it. Its answer is: the astrologer thought that he had killed Guru Nanak after a quarrel. So he had run away from his village, changed his appearance and persona when he arrived in the city, and become an astrologer. However, he still feels guilty for what he had done. When he came to know that the man, Guru Nanak, he thought he had killed, was actually alive, the dark load of that guilt inside him disappeared, and it made the astrologer to feel relieved and happy. Now the next activity, that is activity number 8. The astrologer wins or gets the sympathy of criticism of the reader in the end. Express your opinion with the support of the main story. Now this is a personal response type activity, and the activity is applying to your own personal experiences and knowledge with reference to the content of the text. Now the answer to this question number 8 is: I think I sympathize with the astrologer. He did not try to intentionally kill Guru Nanak. It had happened in the heat of the moment. Of course, he should not have tried to run away, but should have accepted responsibility for his crime. However, he is genuinely sorry for what had happened. His words, "A great load is gone from me today. I thought I had the blood of a man on my hands all these years," indicates this. Hence, I sympathize with him, and I am happy that he can now live in peace. Now the next activity, that is activity number 9. If we have to eradicate the superstitions and other ill practices from our society, what steps would you like to suggest? Now, this is also personal response type activity, and its answer is to eradicate superstitions and other ill practices from our society. The first and the most important step is education. Schools and colleges must help their students to develop a scientific attitude and think logically and rationally. Secondly, as people in India tend to listen to their religious leaders, all religious heads should send out clear messages to their followers about the eradication of superstitions and the ill practices in society. And lastly, the older generation should change their opinions and ideas and get rid of silly superstitions and ill practices from our society. Now, the next activity is the activity number 10. In the story, Astrologer has a great listening power. Listening helps in developing good relations with people. Express your opinion. Now friends, this is also personal response type activity. Now I go for the answer. Of course, this is my own personal answer. You may have a little bit different answer of yours. Now the answer is yes. Listening helps in developing good relations with people. When we listen, we indicate to the speaker that we care about him or her, and we are interested in his or her problems or joys. We show that we are ready to help him or her if necessary. We share his or her ideas. We also realize how we can deal with people successfully by listening to their views. Now let's go for the next activity, that is A3 activity. The first activity from A3 activity. Now see this. This is the A3 activity, and the first activity from the A3 activity is, in the story, the following characters reveal their qualities through words and actions. Pick out the words that describe them from the box and write in the appropriate columns. Now here some of the words which highlight the qualities or the characteristics of certain characters in the story are given. Now here you will have to complete the column given below these qualities. Now the names of the characters are Astrologer, Guru Nayak, Astrologer's wife. Now you have to pick up the words indicating the features or the qualities of these characters from this box, and you have to put them under the names of the proper characters accordingly. Now one is done for you. For example, Astrologer number 1, shrewd. Now I tell you the answer. Astrologer number 1, shrewd. Number 2, clever. Number 3, smart. Number 4, sharp. Number 5, intuitive. Number 6, mystical. Number 7, cunning. Number 8, mean. And number 9, overconfident. Now the second character, Guru Nayak. One is already given to you. Number 1, that is manipulative. Now number 2, gullible. Number 3, quarrelsome. Number 4, arrogant. Number 5, aggressive. Number 6, demanding. Number 7, antagonistic. Number 8, skeptical. And number 9, impetuous. Now another character is Astrologer's wife. The first quality of her character is given, that is caring. Second one, suspicious. Number 3, protective. Number 4, worried. Number 5, humanistic. And number 6, rational. Now let's go for another activity, that is activity number 2. Activity number 2. Match the suffixes with the words and make nouns. One is done for you. Here in first column words are given. In second column some suffixes are given. And in the last column you will have to make the noun forms of these words using the suffixes. Now the first word is auction. One is done for you. Auction, its answer is auctioneer. Now the second one, enchant. Its answer is enchantment. Third one is know. Its answer is knowledge. Next number, prepare. Its answer is preparation. Next word is proceed. Its answer is procedure. Another word, appear. Its answer is appearance. Next word is remark, and its answer is remarkable. Remarkable. Now let's go for the other activities. The other activity is that is activity number 3. An astrologer's day has ironic elements where the astrologer pretends to have supernatural knowledge that coincidentally turns out to be the truth. Irony means a situation or a statement characterized by a significant difference between what is expected and what actually happens, or between what is understood and what is meant. Now find out the examples of irony from the story and write them down. One has been done for you. Now here friends, I would like to tell you that I had already explained you what is irony and what are the examples or instances of irony. So I don't want to repeat this and waste my time. I had already discussed these all activities earlier in my earlier videos, but still I just explain you one. Irony means a situation or a statement which is characterized by a significant difference between what is expected and what actually happens. Significant difference between what is expected and what actually happens. For example, in this story, we readers and the astrologer's customers, clients, all are expecting that this astrologer has full and deep knowledge of the stars and the astrology. But actually, the reality is that, or the fact is that, he knows nothing of the stars. So, this is what the difference between what is expected and what actually happens. So, this is what the irony is. Irony is a figure of speech also. Now, we will have to find out various examples of the irony from the lesson or the text. One is done for you, and that is this one. A. He knew no more of what was going to happen to others than he knew what was going to happen to himself the next minute. Now, number B that I tell you. His eyes sparkled with a sharp abnormal gleam, which was really an outcome of a continual searching look for customers, but which his simple clients took to be a prophetic light and felt comforted. The next one, number C. He was as much a stranger to the stars as were his innocent customers. Now, number D. He said things which pleased and astonished everyone. That was more a matter of study, practice, and shrewd guesswork. Now, friends, you will have to find out the remaining examples of irony from the text on your own. Now, the next activity is activity number 6. Let's go for this. In the story, activity number 4. In the story, many Indian words are used, like cowrie shells. This is an example of code mixing. Find out other such words from the story and write them down. Friends, in my earlier video lecture, I had already explained and gave you the answer of this activity too. But still, I repeat a little bit and tell you what is code mixing. When the words from two or more different languages are used in one and the same sentence, it is called code mixing. For example, school chale hum. In this sentence, the word school is from English language and chale hum, these words are from Hindi language. So it is the example of code mixing. Now, in this story also, there are various Indian words and which highlight the Indianness in this story. Now, these words or the examples of code mixing are: number 1, pies; number 2, Ana. Number 3, rupee. Number 4, chirut. And the last one is jutka. Now friends, we have to stop here. We have discussed the important activities. Other activities are also important, but they are related to vocabulary and grammar, and some of the activities which are remaining are based on your practical approach. So that is to be done by you individually. And so I rest here. But I would like to tell you and remind you once again that friends, you once again read the entire lesson from the icebreakers, introduction of the writer, then the text of the lesson, and solve all the margin activities and activities in the brainstorming section. So dear friends, we stop here. In my next video lecture, we'll start with the next lesson, that is 1.2. But once again, I remind you, solve all activities in brainstorming section and note them down in your logbook or register. Next time, in next video, we'll start with the next lesson, that is 1.2 from the prose section. Thank you so much, dear friends. Have a nice day.